Hi guys, so tonight I'm going to do a hair tutorial based on Michelle's kind of sexy, sultry updo that she had for the 2011 Golden Globes. So for this look, I am using a clampless or clipless, whatever you prefer, curling iron. This is from Cortex International. It's the 4-in-1 curling iron. You can find this at beautychoice.com. It comes with 4 different barrels, different sizes for different looks. I'm using the 3/4 inch barrel. And I'm gonna do a formal review on this because this is incredible. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a rave review video yet or if I'm just gonna do it on Facebook, but I'll put the link below describing everything if you have any questions, etc. Also, you should check out, Beauty Choice has a fan page on Facebook and they do weekly or daily, monthly giveaways for their Facebook friends who like their fan page. So they're giving away awesome products. You should definitely check that out. All right, so first thing, you're gonna have to base this, like I always say, on your own hair texture. My hair, this is just how it naturally is. I put some mousse in it, let it air dry for the most part until it was 90% dry, flip my head over, I dried just my roots to make sure I get a lot of volume there. And there we go. As you can see, my top layer is pretty straight, but I do have quite a bit of curl on the sides and back. So I want this look to be messy, kind of bedheady, so I can use my natural texture. Now, if you have super curly hair, super frizzy hair, if you need to flat iron it first and then curl it, I know it's a hassle, but you know your hair type, you might have to do that. You just have to kind of adjust it for you. So I went ahead, I sprayed my hair all over with hairspray. Now I'm gonna section it off. I'm gonna go right below my ear and pull this up. Now, I want this look, like I said, to be messy. So I'm not gonna take too much time and effort into curling it because if it's messy, it's all gonna be pinned up and kind of sultry and sexy anyway. How many times have I said sexy? So, it's really not that important. And also, I spend more of my time on this top and side section than I do the back. So you can be more kind of particular with the top. So first thing, I'm gonna take a section here. Now, depending on your thickness, etc., you're gonna have to, kind of vary how much hair you take, how long you hold it on the curling iron, whatever. So this is probably a 2-inch section. I'm gonna take my rod, hold it upside down, wrap my hair around. Now this comes with a glove, I'm not using it. I'm gonna leave about 1 inch out at the ends. I'm gonna hold this for about 10, 12 seconds. Then I'm gonna let it fall. Hold another section down. And take my piece of hair. Same process all the way around. All right, so I went ahead and did a couple more layers of the curls. For this top section, here is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna focus really all my effort, like I said, on the front and sides, because that's really what you're gonna see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna section this off right above my eyebrow. Now, if you have bangs, you can leave them out, you can curl them. Mine are pretty short, so I have to leave most of this piece just kind of straight and down. So I'm just gonna grab the sides. This time I'm going to hold my iron horizontal. So once I have all of this bottom done, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same process to the top. But like I said before, I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention to the top. So the bottom, you could tell I just kind of roughly grabbed pieces. I wanna be a little bit more particular with this and make sure I get every single piece. Where on the bottom, I just kind of grabbed random sections. But same process as I did everywhere. And a lot of this look too is the pinning and all of that. So this is just obviously, you know, your basic curling. So I'm just getting my hair prepared for the updo and creating my base. I'm gonna go ahead, spray this all over. All right, now it's time for the pinning. So the first thing I'm gonna do is section off my top to get it up and out of my way. So, I guess top and sides. I'm gonna pull everything in front of the ear and just get this out of my way. Same thing on the other side, everything in front of my ear. Clip that out of my way. Now for the top section, I'm going to grab about the edge of my eyebrow and just loosely pull this up. You don't want to pull all the curl out. And loosely twist it and just get it out of your way. Okay, so this back section is where the chignon is going to be. So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna need a lot of bobby pins for this, especially if your hair is super long, if it's super thick, you know. So what I'm gonna do for this back section is I am going to take all the hair at the root and tease it with a big brush. So I'm just going to grab sections, go underneath, and just really tease this hair out. Because I wanna get a lot of volume so I don't have this flat updo that's stuck to my head. So this doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. You just want to grab all of this hair and really tease it. All right, so after I have that all nice and teased out, how lovely. Don't worry that it's all frizzy because we're gonna cover it up. I'm gonna spray this all over. Now, this is a little bit tricky. I do this just for my base of my updos. You don't have to do this. It's kind of tricky, especially if you have super long hair, but give it a try. So remember, we section these front two pieces out of our way. So I'm gonna take this section that I just teased here in the back, and I'm gonna split it in half. All right? Then I'm going to scooch my hands down lower on my ponytails, and I'm gonna tie this in a knot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hair and pull it around. Now, I'm not gonna pull it super tight. I'm just going to loosely pull it because I don't wanna have this really tight knot in the back of my hair. So I have my ends here, and I'm doing this at the nape of my neck. I'm gonna let go of my ends and put my finger in the middle. Then I'm gonna take a bobby pin and I'm gonna push up and secure this base. Now, you're gonna have to do as many bobby pins as you need for your hair to feel secure there. The thicker your hair, the longer your hair, the more pins you're going to need. I'm using about 4 or 5. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Sorry, I'm using a mirror so I can see the back. Now this, like I said, I feel like I've said this 400 times. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is so awkward turning. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to be covered. But this is just your base for the rest of your look. Now, if you have super long hair, here are my ends. You're gonna have a lot more hair hanging down. So if that's the case, you might wanna go ahead and pin some of that now. It's gonna be hard for me to show you because I don't have to deal with it. But you could just take like your longer sections and kind of twist and just pin them in random spots, if that makes sense. All right, so once I have my base here, I'm gonna go ahead and curl these ends just a bit because they're a little bit straighter than what I want. And some of you might say, why waste all the time curling all the bottom of your hair when you're just gonna pin it up anyway? When your hair is curled, you get so much more texture and you'll get a bigger kind of bun. As you can see, I already have like all of this great texture in my hair and all I did was pin it up. All right, so for the top section, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take this down. I'm gonna turn around to the front for just a minute. All right, so I'm gonna let this top section down. Now for these very top pieces, okay, so kind of the halo on top of my head, I'm gonna grab these curls just kind of individually, and I'm very, very lightly going to tease at the roots. You don't wanna tease too much because you don't want this huge rat's nest from the front. And I'm just gonna clip this out of the way with a bobby pin. Okay, so now we have our bottom chignon part, and then we have this middle section of hair. So for these middle pieces, same thing. I'm going to take them, tease them at the roots, not as much as I did the bottom half, but not as little as I did the very top. Okay, so once I have that all teased, I'm gonna go ahead and spray it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start pinning these pieces. Now, what I'm gonna do is take each individual curl or maybe a couple of curls and just kind of pin them in place. So, what I'm gonna do here, all right, so I'm gonna take kind of this side, so actually, I'm gonna turn it back around, sorry. It's so hard to like see the front and see the back and yada yada 2x4. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this section here to the side, grab it in the middle, I'm gonna poof it up, do a little tiny twist at the end, and shove a bobby pin in. So, same thing on this side. I'm gonna take this section of hair, grab it in the middle, actually I'm gonna tease this a little bit more. Take this section of hair, grab it by the middle, poof it up a little bit and twist it into place. Same thing in the back. Just gonna grab your sections, poof it up a bit, twist it into place. And I guess I should say too, I looked all over the internet to try to find a back view of Leah's hair, and I couldn't find one. It was just the side and the front. So I am kind of guessing here with what the back looked like. Okay, so here's what we have now. And once again, this could be hanging down super long if you have really long hair. So, you know, you're just gonna have to kind of play it by ear. All right, so what I'm gonna do is grab these ends that I have hanging out and just loosely pin them on top of the chignon that I already have going. So I have my ends. I'm just going to randomly grab them and pin them in. Okay, so that is what we have so far. Now I'm gonna work on the front, and she has her bang side. She has a whole section that's down in the front and just a few pieces that are down on the side here. So before I do this top section, I'm going to undo my side, and I just want to kind of figure out how many pieces I want hanging down here. I'm going to add a little bit of bend to this piece. Okay, so she has just barely any hair hanging down through here. So what I'm going to do is grab my side section, I'm going to split it in two, and I'm just going to pull it back and pin it in place. I'm going to grab this big piece down here. I'm going to have it come over my ears just a bit and bring it down and secure it into my bun. Now, for my other side, I still have this big top section pinned up here out of my way. So what I'm gonna do is take this section of hair and just kind of bend it in the middle and twist and push it up into my hair with a bobby pin. So I didn't push it back into the bun, I just made it look a little bit shorter. Now, I know this sounds complicated, you guys, but once you're doing it, I guess I shouldn't promise in case you really don't get it, but it's much easier when you're trying to do it. This process is. So I'm gonna grab this section in front, same thing, twist it up and pin it. Now, if you have shorter layers than I do in your front or shorter hair, like bob length even, you might not even need to pin it like I am. So now I'm gonna take a section from my front and just loosely pin this back. Now I'm gonna take this top section down. I'm gonna flip it back over because I just teased it, so it should be staying up pretty nicely. And now I'm just going to kind of separate the curls. I'm not gonna pull out the curls, but I'm just going to pull them apart a bit here. I'm gonna recurl this piece. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is take these sections of hair and just lightly pin them into my bun. So all I'm doing is taking these random pieces and pinning them where I kind of want them. So I'm actually gonna take this piece just kind of in the middle here, bend it, twist it up, and secure that into place. And then I just kind of go through and piece him out a bit. I kind of like this long guy right here. If you don't like him, you can pin him up or, you know, whatever you have. All right, this piece of hair is just not wanting to curl. Okay, so this is what I have so far. Now I do want to say, in the pictures, she has a little bit more hair on this top section coming straight down and it's not pinned back like I have it. The reason why I pin some of mine back is because I have such a thick, heavy bang that if I have this huge, thick section of hair here too, it just kind of looks like a big, like, comb over piece that is falling out of place. So, like I said, adjustments, adjustments, adjustments. Okay, I am gonna take this bottom piece here because it's super long. And I'm gonna twist this guy up and pin him back. I liked him at first, but now he's bugging me. Okay, so here we go. This is it. This is my Michele inspired hairdo. When I'm done, same thing. I'm gonna spray all over. Let me turn so you guys can see. Here's a side view. This side. Let me show you the back. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know, and thanks for watching.